It's the Daily Comedy News with your host, Mark Pyers. Join us for breaking headlines and all kinds of comedy shenanigans. Brought to you by The Beat Seat.
She stabbed a man 108 times and got probation? What to know about cannabis-induced psychosis? What in the freaking heck are we making up now? I was so high, I stabbed him 108 times. Look at this bonehead McGillicuddy over here. I smoked some really icky, sticky, Like you were there rolling it up, and then all of a sudden you're like a murderer.
I guys induced psychosis from the cannabis that I smoked.
Did you, Bob Marley? I don't think so. Snoop Dogg didn't do it. Snoop Dogg didn't do it. You're going to tell me you're induced to the psychosis? the cannabis psychosis? Snoop Dogg will smoke freaking pounds at a time. Never done the induced psychosis deal. You that lady over here?
I killed...
Look at bow ties. Look at what the bow tie brought in over here.
I'm going to wear a bow tie because I'm a really good attorney.
Did you have to pick the leopard spotted bow tie? DM, first time I've ever heard that. I got so high on weed that I went murdered. I went on a murder spree. I'm sorry. We expected you went and you made some popcorn, and some Hawaiian punch, sitting on the couch. You're doing a job of the Soros. You vacuum down the popcorn and you throw some chocolate inside with some, Junior Mints, something, that's on you, but whatever. Instead, you're on a murder spree, psychosis murder spree? I'm sorry. I just can't see it. If you said you were cracked out of your mind, okay, then we got something to talk about here. But let's just see what she did when she stabbed 108 times, people. This seems like a normal effect of the old icky sticky. Snoop Dogg, diggity dog, write that dog down. You're there with Snoop, and he's on a murder spree because of his psychosis. Let's see the recent sentencing of Bryn, the psycho. I'm sorry, this is sad because she did something horrible here. But let's just read what Wackadoo over here, the psychosis victim from smoking weed. The recent sentencing of Bryn Spejcher. Let's go with Spejcher. The recent sentencing of Bryn Spejcher, the 33-year-old who stabbed a man she was dating more than 100 times during a cannabis-induced psychotic episode, has brought national attention to what experts are calling rare. It's rare, guys. But it didn't mean that it didn't happen. It's just that it's rare. It's increasingly common side effect, though, of recreational marijuana use that you're going to go into an induced psychotic state and just start stabbing someone 100 times, Like, we've seen it.
Who would do that?
What's that? Oh, yeah, no, this lady, Bryn Spejcher, she did it. So now everybody's doing it. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to play that game with you. That now Bryn Spejcher is doing it and then everybody else is doing it. I'm sorry. No, that's not the way it works. Spejcher was a novice marijuana user who was smoking from 26-year-old Chad O'Melia's Bungaroo in 2018 when she went into a coughing fit and began to hallucinate. She said she thought she was dead and heard voices and paramedics trying to save her. The voices then said she had to kill O'Melia to bring herself back to life. Kill him. It's the marijuana. Yeah, you sticky icky. Light up another motherfucker. You know what I mean? They're all doing it, and she's stabbing. She was doing it. Guys, Spejcher stabbed him with 2 large knives 108 times before stabbing herself in the neck. She went into the neck. They told me to go for, the jugular afterwards. That's what they told her. Blood tests found no other intoxicating substances in her system aside from the THC and the fact that she's got a screw loose. That was one they didn't want to look into, right? You don't want to look into the mental state? No, that was the marijuana. Was it? The psychoactive compound in cannabis. She had no prior history of mental illness until she stabbed someone 108 times with double-decker style. The evidence of cannabis-induced psychosis was so clear that the prosecution's expert agreed with the defense's experts about Spejcher's fit. which led her murder charge to be reduced to involuntary manslaughter last week. She was sentenced to 2 years probation, meaning no prison time for doing a stabberoo, guys. Double 108. No, not 106, 108. You know, The Shining, she's starring in The Shining too. Jack Nicholson's like, I'm done. You kidding me? I'm not coming back. Nicholson's out. We got Spejcher. She's gonna do it. Stabbing through the door. You know? Here's Johnny. She's even working on The Voice. Spejcher is. Guys, you gotta go and see that film. It's coming out soon. Experts say they have treated an influx of people with cannabis-induced psychosis in recent years. Have they all been murderers like this picture? Particularly teens and young adults. They blame an increasingly competitive market that has prompted sellers to make their products more potent. You better potent the friggin' heck out of it. You know what I mean? Puffing that down, they're just like, I think there's what's going on? I need another. Like, what are we doing over here? You know, you can't give me the sticky icky from Snoop Dogg's, you know, stash. I go and see Snoop. He's on like pound number 2 for the day. Not dog pound. He's not pounding. He's like pounding it, like rolling it up, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And he's doing it. And all of a sudden you're in it. You're there. You're just going to say hi, but you walk in and now you're there, you know, and you're in an induced coma with the, you know, Snoop Dogg effect. That's what they call it. If you didn't know about that, look it up, guys. It's on Google. Fortunately, these kinds of terrible outcomes, like the case, don't happen very often or ever. I've never heard of anybody doing this before. This is the first time in history I've ever heard of this. So stabbed this guy 108 times, double-decker, 2 knives. She's just doing it. Then she's stabbing herself in the neck. She's a winner. This one, can we get her number? Joanne, can we get her number and see if she wants to go out? Now, Joanne, can you keep the wheeze down, please? Sorry, guys, that one was me. Sometimes I get a little nervous when Joanne's wheezing and I'm talking about some psychotic wackadoo who's double stabbing somebody, you know? So what is cannabis-induced psychosis? Cannabis-induced psychotic disorder is a psychosis triggered within minutes, hours, or days of smoking the sticky icky and consuming as well if you're doing the edible thing. The disorder is listed in the DSM-5. That's like a rap group in the 80s. The DSM-5, like you were there, went to go check out Naughty by Nature, and the DSM-5 came out. They're like, you want cannabis-induced psychotic disorder? Yeah, you know me. Right? We were all doing it. I had it for a while too, right? I mean, you did. We walked into Snoop's, you know, tent to say hello, to give respect to Snoop Dogg. And then all of a sudden we're in it. We're getting it. It's in our skin. It's in the blood. And, you know, you went for that police officer exam a few weeks later and they thought you were wrecked. You're like, no, I saw Snoop Dogg last year. They're like, sorry, that's still in your system. Psychosis is a collection of symptoms that make it hard to distinguish between what's real and what's fake. It's a disconnection from reality, says Sharon Levy, who happens to be the chief of addiction medicine division at the Boston Children's Hospital. I'm not saying that doesn't exist, a disconnection from reality there, Sharon Levy, doctor, DDS or whatever the hell you are, which is a, you know, dentist. You're not. You're a doctor of addictive medicine division. The psychosis is most often associated with schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and stabbing people double-decker style with knives. You know, like you're at it. You're trying to see if you can get to every vein and every artery in one fell swoop. 108, you know, and then you're doing one of these too. You know, and you're kind of going like this, like a windmill effect. That was what you were doing, and we thought that was weird. But it's an induced psychotic. Yeah, we know. You're a psycho. You guys, you're dealing with it, right? Oh my goodness. It's a shame when Sharon Levy's just trying to get through to you, you know, but you've got the psychotic thing going on. You have a 5 times higher chance if you're doing it on a daily of getting this psychosis thing where you start stabbing people. That's what they say. I'm not sure what in your mind tells you to start stabbing and killing people. Like, you know, it is a funny thing. I've never seen anybody fight who's like wrecked when hung out with Snoop Dogg and they're like, let's go fight. It's like the opposite. Let's chill, man. Let's chill it out, man. What are we doing? Kick back, man. Won't you take it back and chill? You know, and that I think is hilarious stuff. Hilaria Baldwin stuff, actually, to be honest.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and turn on all notifications. I'm live at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's effect a positive change one person at a time.